I just love how pink has taken over and become that girl again.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it.
Hello lovelies, welcome back to 9 Luxe Nails. As you can see from the thumbnail, I have a super pretty and pink Barbie inspired full set with all the pink and Barbie nail inspo that's been going around. I wanted to throw 9 Luxe into the mix and put my freestyle touch on a Barbie inspired set. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then stay tuned. To start this set, I have go ahead and place my straight C-curve tips on her nails, and they are a perfect fit, so they are not too big or too small. I am going for a tapered coffin, and when doing my shaping for extra long or double XL nails, I do prefer to use my e-file, only because a hand file may cause me to hit the client's nail, and then once it pops off, we have to go and take off the excess nail tip and try to replace it. So for me to have more security, I like to use my e-file on a low speed and get my desired shape. And again, these are my straight C-curve tips that I prefer to use, and I will have them linked in the description box down below. So I am going to let you girls watch as I continue to do the shaping with my e-file. And if you are ready for the Barbie movie that comes out this weekend, then leave pink hearts down below. I know we are just getting into the set, but you know if you're going to see the movie or not. So drop pink hearts down below if you're going, if you're taking your daughters or your nieces. I'm not sure if it's a kid appropriate movie, but the girls still want to see it, so I'm dropping pink hearts because me and my friends going, and we are for sure wearing pink. After getting my desired shape, I did go ahead and dehydrate and prime the nails off camera using Mia Secret dehydrator and primer combo. They are linked below as well, and I'm also going to go in with my all-time favorite acrylic foundation, which is the Mia Secret Cover Nude blush. I absolutely love this color. It goes so well with all of my clients and all of their skin tones, so I do like to start with this color as a base before I apply any type of design. And with starting my foundation, I do like to take a larger bead and work it down the body of the nail. I have go ahead and pre-shape my tips just so that I can have a better outline for managing the acrylic and keeping it in shape. So as you can see, I will work the acrylic all the way down the nail and keeping it also centered on the nail so that it does not create a larger shape than I have previously made. So that is why I highly recommend pre-shaping your tips before acrylic application. It saves you time in the end, and it is a blueprint for how you should lay your acrylic. Once I get my first bead laid and to the shape of my liking, then I will go in with my cuticle bead and proceed to build an apex on the nail. The apex should be on the center of the nail bed, not on the center of the nail or towards the cuticle area. So make sure you are practicing to well balance the nail. So you don't want to under do the nail and have it super thin, but you don't have to pile on so much acrylic thinking that it will make the nails last longer. If you have a quality acrylic, you don't have to pack on so much product just to get the desired strength that you need. So be mindful of that and practice with different acrylics, and just practice building a nice flow on the nail. It causes so much less tension on the client's nail bed, and that way you are able to keep the nails longer and also grow the client's natural nail longer. So at this point, I'm going to let you all watch as I continue to lay this acrylic foundation. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comments below. And if I feel there is anything that I need to reiterate for you guys, then I will pop back in and put my 2 cents in. So I hope you all enjoy watching the acrylic application process as much as I do. Normally, I don't leave or record both hands, but in this video I recorded both hands because it was a full set and they are so long and beautiful, and I just love this process. So I'm going to zip it and let you all continue to watch. Okay, y'all, so I know I said I would pop back in with my 2 cents, and I truly just want to thank each and every one of you guys. If you are a return subscriber right now, thank you so much. My channel is almost at 5K subscribers. That blows my mind because I truly just started upping and increasing my posts recently, and within the past 2 months, we have grown by 4,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I know that you are liking, coming, sharing with your friends and family, and I just truly appreciate that. And if you are new here and you like what you see, why you not subscribed, girl? Cause yeah, the set that I have coming up next, I don't think nobody want to miss it. This one is a good one. It's super cute. It's so pretty and pink. We love. But the next one, it's gonna blow your mind because it's blowing my mind. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell because I'm coming right back with not one but two crazy sets that you don't want to miss. So yeah. Thank y'all so much for getting my channel to 4.4K subscribers right now. And I know before the end of the week, we'll be at 5K. And I'm just excited. So thank you. Okay, now I'll let y'all get back to foundation. Now on this thumb finger as well as one finger on the opposite hand, I will be using this loose glitter. This is a glitter mixture that I just made up of several glitters that I had in stock. And to keep the glitter from being so loose and getting messy and all in the monomer, I do like to add just a small amount of clear acrylic, and I do use Mia Secret clear acrylic when doing this. If you wanted the glitters to be not so tightly packed, then you would simply apply more clear acrylic into the glitter and it will kind of space it out some. So I like for my glitters to be very tightly packed so that when you move the finger, it just reflects non-stop. And I'm only going to apply a thin layer of this because you don't want to pack too much on and not be able to encapsulate it. That creates much more of a thicker nail. So before I encapsulate the glitter, I am going to go in and create my ombre effect to my liking, and then I will encapsulate both the nude acrylic as well as the glitter. So a key tip when working with glitters and colored acrylic as well as creating ombres, you want to do a thinner layer than you naturally would and then go in and encapsulate, and that will help you keep the full structure. So I don't want to pack on the glitter and pack on the nude acrylic and then have to drill too much on the end because that will take away from the true ombre that you have already created. So I'd rather work smart and not hard. I'll get the ombre to my liking and then encapsulate the entire nail. Another major key when doing ombre is using smaller beads. I know we like to use a bead that covers every inch of the area that we're trying to work with, but in ombre that's just kind of different because you want that blend to be seamless and truly look like you're fading from one color to the next. If you guys want to see an in-depth ombre tutorial, then comment ombre down below, and now make sure that I record that either with colored acrylic or glitter or whatever you all would like to see. So make sure you comment that down below if you want to know how I achieve my ombres in depth, and I'll be sure to get that video up on this channel. So after getting my desired look, now I'm going to go in with my Mia Secret clear acrylic and fully encapsulate this nail to my liking, and then we will go on and do foundation on the opposite hand. It is pretty much the same process, so if you enjoy watching acrylic application, then you're in for a treat. So I will zip it and let you all continue to watch the remaining of this acrylic application. And there you have it. We have Flawless Foundation finished and buffed, and we are ready to design these nails. Let's get into it. So to start my Barbie freestyle, I wanted to do something different than what I have been seeing. A lot of people have been posting Barbie inspiration as well as pink sets, but I have yet to see a pink and white houndstooth pattern. So I was like, what says Barbie more than a pink and white houndstooth two-piece skirt set? Like going to brunch, going to lunch, anything, it just screams Barbie. So of course I had to throw the pink and white Houndstooth Frenchie in the mix. So I am using my Beetles brand white polish and also my Beetles brand brushes to create my Frenchie. I'm just going to go in and create a simple white Frenchie, but it is not a deep curved Frenchie, only because I want to be sure to get the full pattern on the nail. So I did raise my smile line up quite a bit just to make sure that I was able to get the full pattern on the nail. So normally with Frenchies we would do a deeper smile line, but on this particular pattern I did raise it to be able to get the full pattern on the nail. So I'm going to do 2 white Frenchies on each hand, and then we'll come in and do our houndstooth pattern. So after curing the white Frenchies, I'm going in now with a pink gel polish and creating the houndstooth pattern. I like to start in the center of the nail and create 3 boxes going straight down. You do want to do 3 to get the full effect of the pattern. You can do 2 and make your houndstooth boxes more larger, and the smaller boxes that you create, the more dense of the houndstooth pattern that you will see. So I like to go in with 3. It gets the job done. And then I'm also going to add the same size boxes on the outer side. So yes, you do want to have at least 2 rows if you're doing this pattern, but you can also do 3 or 4 or more depending on the density again that you want to see the pattern. So I did 3 boxes along the middle, and I'm putting equal boxes along the outer sides, and then I'm going to go in and add the extra touches to create this design. It did take me a while to learn it, but once I learned the technique, I said I can teach this to the girls, and period. So it's very simple once you see what we do with these boxes. And also, while doing this pattern, you will notice that I am leaving equal amount of space between the boxes as well as on the side. So if you feel like your boxes are going to touch, you may have to work with smaller boxes or less amount of boxes, but you do want to have space in between each box, above and around and all below, because that is where the extra touches will come in. So now I am just going with no added polish because this design is still wet, and I'm creating 2 small triangles, one on the top and one on the left. And as you can see, I am doing the exact same thing to each box, not letting it touch the box in front of it or the box above it. So I am just simply using very small amounts of polish and creating the motion of boxes. Now these 2 lines that I'm doing here are not triangles, they are only lines to create the rest of the houndstooth pattern. So as you can see, those lines just brought the complete houndstooth together. So you want to do 2 small triangles in the top left corner, and you want to bring down 2 lines going towards the right bottom corner, one coming from the left down and one coming from the top right down. If you could see that pattern, then you will get the houndstooth design. It's very simple once I learned it. It does look complex, but once you practice it, you'll be able to do this and increase your speed and give all the girls a houndstooth nail. So again, I started with a simple box, making sure that my 3 boxes did not touch, equal boxes all the way around the nail, and then you want to simply add a small triangle at the top of the box and a small triangle on the top left corner of the box, and then bring 2 small lines down the nail, one coming from the bottom left going towards the bottom right, and one coming from the top right and going down towards the bottom right again. But I am not letting my triangles touch the lines, nor am I letting the lines touch the box in front of it. So you want to be very gentle and use only small amounts of polish, but practice, 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 and I promise you will be able to get this design. It is so beautiful in any color. You can mix and match any color to get this design, but you always want to put a lighter color under the bottom and put your darker color on the top. So of course we aren't done in what says girl more than bling and 3D flowers. So on this finger I'm using my extreme diamond glue to add my stones, and I'm just placing 2 larger stones in the center of my 3D flower, and then I will cure the stones and then come in and apply my 3D flower around it. So stay tuned and I will show you guys how I achieve my elongated petals as well as a 3D flower around this bling. And I will be adding the same bling and 3D flower on the opposite hand. So I'll add the bling on that finger as well, and then come in and begin making the 3D petals. So for my 3D flowers, I do like to use the Mia Secret White Acrylic. It is a thicker acrylic and it does harden very fast compared to the nude. So I like to take a large bead of it and also remove some of the excess monomer out of the bead, and then I will sit it down on the nail and give it a few seconds before I start to manipulate that bead. Now when doing my elongated petal, as you can see, I removed all of the remaining monomer from my brush, and I'm just going in the center of that bead and pushing the product not only to the side, but I'm pulling it down to create a petal effect. So I put a large round bead into the center of the nail, and then I let it sit, removed all of the monomer from my brush, and then went down the center and pressed into it to not only spread the bead but elongate the bead, if that makes sense. Now with my smaller beads, I am not going to elongate them. I simply sit them on the nail and give them a few seconds to become a little less wet. So I will sit a bead and proceed to place down another bead while that one is drying just a little bit, and then I will go in and manipulate the center of that bead, and by the time I'm done manipulating the center of that bead, then I can work with the other bead. So you can work one bead at a time and wait and work with one bead at a time in that manner. But I do, because I make so many petals on a flower, I do like to go ahead and work two at a time. So you will see that while I'm making this flower. And then another tip, you don't want to get excess monomer or acrylic on your stones if you are using stones in the middle. So definitely take your time. Make sure you are gently placing and nugging those beads up to the acrylic and giving it time to set before you manipulate. Remove all the excess monomer out of your brush, because that is what helps the bead stay firm. If you have excess monomer, it will keep it wet and you won't get the shape that you desire. So I hope you guys can catch that and watch as I'm continuing to create this flower. And again, I am being very careful not to get excess monomer or acrylic on the top of my stones. So I will place down a bead, give it a second to get a little bit dry, place down another bead, and then go and manipulate that first bead. And while I'm waiting for the second bead to dry, I'll go in and manipulate that bead. So if that makes sense, there it is. Vocally, if you're a visual learner, then you can see what I have going on here. So I'm going to be quiet for just a second and let you guys see what I'm actually doing and see that it lines up with what I'm saying. So I'll be right back. So yes, once you get the gist of how to manipulate the petals in the order and let them dry down a little bit, then you'll become a 3D flower pro. And just like me, now you will start to do different technique with the petals and try to, come up with more fun ways to make 3D flowers. So after I finish this flower, then we will go in and start to create our Barbie head. So of course a pink inspired Barbie set would not be complete without a Barbie head. So I'm going in and freehand drawing this Barbie head. I do want to get better with my hand drawn art, so I will begin to incorporate more hand drawn techniques into my sets. And I'm just starting with the same pink that I used for the Houndstooth design, and I'm going to freehand draw this Barbie head. My only tip for freehand drawing is, as with anything else, using small amounts of polish. The more polish you use, it may cause the polish to run, and the Beetles brand is a very thick polish, so you don't have to use so much of it to get a true color payout. So I'm just simply using this pink and manipulating all of the strokes to get her features of her face, her bangs, the ponytail, and everything. So I'm going to let you guys watch as I manipulate this polish and get a Barbie head replica. And then of course I'm going to cure the first layer, and I'm going to go in with a second layer of polish on top of the same design just to give it a more 3D effect, and then we will continue designing this set. And we can all agree that the ponytail just set this whole Barbie head off. Oh my god, it just brought her right to life. So yes, again, I am going to cure this first layer, and then you will see me go in on top of this design that I created and put a second layer of the same pink just to make it stand off the nail just a little more. But I absolutely love how this turned out, and I can't wait to put a Barbie head on my own nails for when I go and see the movie this weekend. Now, after curing both layers of the pink polish, I wanted to go in with this really pretty chrome pigment. It matches that pink stone so perfectly, and I did want to tie the stone more into the set. So this pigment is really easy to use as long as you are using a no wipe top coat. So if you use any type of polish that have a sticky layer, that is why you are not getting the true effect of your chrome, and you may just want to switch to a gel polish that does not have a slip layer, and it will help your chrome so much more. And this chrome is good because once you put it on that no wipe top surface, as you can see with me dusting it off, it does not leave a very nasty residue behind on other fingers. So I really love this color. Now I just mixed a little bit of the chrome with clear polish, and I'm going to do just a border around my Houndstooth Frenchie. I figured that would tie all of the fingers in together and give it another layer of dimension for having multiple colors of pink. So I think that was a really neat added touch. And when you're doing nails, you are the artist, so the set is not complete until you say it is, and I'm going to keep adding until I feel satisfied. So even after this, I'm going to add more to the set because that's just how I am. So yes, after I do these smile lines, I will cure, and then we'll go in with some more details on this set. After curing those lines, you can see how it tied all of the fingers in together. Now we cannot go on without giving a Barbie set some pearls. Barbie always have on the cutest small pearl earrings, so I did not want to overdo it with bling because I can easily overdo it with my bling. So I wanted to add just another subtle touch to this nail, and one of my favorite things to add is just this small cluster. So instead of using two stones, I put a pearl and one stone, and then I'm going to go in with some small silver caviar beads and just add another layer of luxeness to this set. So when using gel around your stones, what I'm doing here is just removing that big huge chunk of gel that may be left over. So if you have a really thin art brush, this is an added tip to just make your set look even more flawless. After curing those small clusters, I'm going to go in with my Beetles brand matte, and I'm only going to put the matte on the Houndstooth design. I do feel like matte polish always accentuates a pattern or nail art. So outside of the Barbie head, if I was doing really intricate nail art, I would do matte, only because it allows those lines to pop up at you. So with this houndstooth design, I am putting matte only on the houndstooth portion, and then I will go in and apply my Kiara Sky No Wipe top coat to the remaining portion of the nails. So as you can see, I am being very gentle with putting this matte top coat, because I did not want to put it over that chrome line and then have to go back over it again and put the top coat over it, because it will add more bulk, and just I wasn't trying to do that. So I am being very strategic with where I place the matte, so that it's easier for me to come in and apply my Kiara Sky No Wipe top coat. Now, after curing my matte top coat, I am going in with the Kiara Sky No Wipe top coat, and I do love the new applicator brushes that they have applied in the Kiara Sky bottles. They did used to be very square, but this rounded applicator tip helps with doing exactly what I'm doing here, as well as when you're applying top coat in the cuticle area. It just helps you to get it all the way over the whole nail. So I really love this new rounded applicator. And yes, I am putting top coat on my caviar pearls, as well as the pearl bead that I have put down, just so the color can remain on the nails. I know we use a lot of lotions, hand sanitizers, as well as washing our hands, and throughout the longevity of this set, I just want my client to still be able to see the true color of the pearls as well as the caviar beads. So now, after applying top coat to the remaining nails, we have the glitter ombre. I want to call it a unboxing, but it's very much a reveal. So yes, right now it looks very dry, but once you apply the top coat, it does no justice. This nail probably was our favorite nail on the whole set. I do think I want to do a full glitter ombre full set, because this is just so beautiful. Just a small amount of compact glitter can make a major difference. We over love how this glitter and full set turned out. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end. Here is the finished full set. If you stay to the end, I know you are a non-Luxe babe. You are one of my lovelies, and I know you have subscribed and turned on the notification bell. Until next time, don't forget to follow my socials.